Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, an update on a story we brought to you last night. We'll tell you what to do if you think you're being scammed.
Plus, SUNY Oswego's former officer in charge is officially leaving the university, when her farewell is, and how you can attend.
And the campus is getting ready for their third late-night study break, what preparations are being done, and when students can kick back and relax.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
And good evening and welcome to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm Jacqueline Driggs.
And I'm Nasir Meekle. Thank you for joining us tonight.
We start tonight with an update to a report we first brought to you last night. Earlier this week, some SUNY Oswego students received an email advertising for a remote research assistant position. The email continued to state that there would be a weekly payment of $450 a week for the position. After last night's newscast, one of our reporters reached out to the contact stated in the email, Dr. Jennifer Kagan, for more information.
However, Dr. Kagan responded saying the original email is a part of a phishing scheme. She continued to advise reporter to not respond to the original email. Although phishing schemes do not seem to happen often over their Oswego email accounts, Campus Technology Services advise students to check the address of any suspicious email they may get. Hover over links to see where they will take you, and as always, if you see something, say something.
Members of the community came to the Morano Campus Center today to donate blood. The blood drive was not organized by the school or in cooperation with any campus organizations, but it did include student volunteers and members of the community service fraternity Alpha Phi Omega, volunteered to sign donors in for the event. We talked to one of the volunteers earlier today, and he told us that they had about 30 donors. The next donation day will be on April 16th.
SUNY Oswego is holding a farewell reception for Dr. Mary C. Toll, the current Deputy of Strategy and Planning to the President. She is also the former officer in charge from 2022 to 2023. The reception is being held in room 114 in Morano Campus Center from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Tuesday, March 5th. As Dr. Toll leaves Oswego, she heads to SUNY Geneseo, serving as its new Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs.
Campus Recreation, Student Engagement and Leadership, and the Office of the Dean of Students will be sponsoring a late-night study break this weekend. This event will have massage therapists, a gaming truck, glow golf, glow axe throwing, and more. WTOP sat down with one of the organizers of the event earlier this week. Here's what she had to say about it.
For students, we started this last spring and we called it the late night study break because it happens the week before spring break. And so we want to give everybody an opportunity to get out of your dorms, get out of the library, have an opportunity to come out and have fun. Every time we do it, we try to make sure that we are bringing new and exciting things that maybe we haven't had here before or we haven't had here in a while. So yeah, just a lot of different moving parts, I would say, and just making sure we really fill the building and that it can be a really exciting event for students when they.
The late night study break will be held tomorrow from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Activities will take place all throughout Morano Campus Center.
Cole All-Star Circus is stopping at the Mexico High School Gymnasium, fundraising for the school's Spanish and German clubs. Ringmaster Billy Martin says the circus performs at a new school almost every day, reaching nearly 100 new schools by the end of the season. The circus includes about a dozen performers, including aerialists, comedy, and juggling, with new acts every year. Traveling between New York and Pennsylvania, the circus will be in Mexico Saturday, March 2nd at 6:30.
The city of Oswego will use $20,000 that came from a recent auction to purchase new fire hydrants for the community. The bulk of the $20,000 came from auctioning off an 8-inch water main pipe that was unused. Craig Rober, the commissioner of the Department of Public Works, advocated to put the funds toward the city's 802 fire hydrants. The Common Council unanimously voted on Monday for a budget amendment to be completed.
In state news, the New York City Council and Mayor Eric Adams are calling for help for the ongoing migrant crisis. Authorities say there are increasing issues with migrants committing crimes across New York City. Adams said on Tuesday migrants who commit serious crimes should be deported. Governor Kathy Hochul also sharing her thoughts on the issue.
Have happened in the state of New York. If someone commits a crime like the horrific assault by migrants against police officers in Times Square, I immediately said, I want them arrested, tried, and if convicted, I want them to spend time in New York jails before they are deported, because if they're released, go back to their country, I don't know that they won't be back in the next few months.
This comes in response to recent violent attacks in the city. In January, a group of 8 migrants attacked NYPD officers earlier this month. A 15-year-old migrant allegedly shot a tourist and fired at responding officers. And a suspected Venezuelan gang reportedly robbed more than 60 women.
National Grid workers are still working to fix the damage caused by a central New York winter storm this week that had wind gusts up as much as 70 miles per hour and caused extensive and widespread damage. Oswego has been deemed one of the National Grid's hardest hit areas of central New York. Crews are cleaning up tree limbs, broken poles, hanging wires, and other hazards across Oswego, Oneida, and Wayne counties. As of this afternoon, there were still approximately 1,607 people without power in Oswego County alone. And it was another windy day today out there walking around campus.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering where it all came from after being blown away coming out of Penfield. But we move on to Aurora Fitzgerald, a weather meteorologist.
Thanks, guys. So yeah, those winds were absolutely crazy yesterday. Even in my dorm room, I was seeing the lights flickering outside, even in the dining hall. Absolutely crazy. The winds were insane. The snow was insane. Lots of power outages. But the sun will still shine. It was still pretty cloudy today. I took this picture just as I was coming into the studio around 6 p.m. So you see a little bit of sun peeping through as the sunset was shining through the clouds. I'll have my full forecast after this break. But first, back to the desk.
Okay. And thank you so much, Aurora. Coming up, the government is on the brink of yet another shutdown. What lawmakers say they are doing to avoid that.
But first, a $1.9 million grant has been awarded to Oswego. What the grant is for, right after the break.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
Welcome back to WTOP-10. I'm your Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Aurora Fitzgerald. Taking a look at our Oswego current conditions. 25 feels like 15 out there. Winds are still pretty windy out there. Not as windy as yesterday, though. So northwest winds at 17 miles per hour. Pressure isn't too bad out there, but we still have some clouds. Dew point at 15 degrees, humidity at 65%. You can't really see much out there, so you can only see about 3 miles, but that's because of the clouds. Taking a look at around the state, Oswego sitting at 23. Most of these places and these counties have not gotten past that 32 freezing degrees mark. So we see even down here, we got 18. It is very cold outside, and it's just going to get colder. We see 22, 23, 27. We're getting a little bit higher, but it's still staying in the 20s levels. Now, Tomorrow, hour by hour, if you're going out, or maybe if you're going out to classes, 9 a.m., 32 degrees, so that's the freezing point. It's going to be partly cloudy, but the sun will be shining tomorrow. It will be the sun after the storm that we had the other day. 12 p.m., 42 degrees. 3 p.m., 46 degrees. Mostly sunny at 6 p.m., and then once the sun starts to go down, 9 p.m. we have 40 degrees, and the clouds will be starting to come back in, so that might be an indication that we're going to have low pressure systems, which I'll get into in our 7-day forecast. Now, since it's very cold right now, I know spring is coming along, but it's, for now, still very cold at night. So cold weather tips, what should you do? Wear several layers of loose-fitting clothing. Always wear a warm hat or scarf, keeping those extremities nice and warm, also so you don't cause frostbite if you're outside for long periods of time. Properly ventilate space heaters and even limit your pets' outdoor exposure. You don't want them getting too cold either. Now, taking a look at around the U.S., so over here, we are going to have very warmer temperatures, warmer than normal. And over here in the west, it is blue. They're going to have colder temperatures than normal with our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. Now, these temperatures are going to be a lot warmer. It's going to be very nice. So looking at our 7-day forecast, we have 28. You might see some flurries out there right now, but that's all right. 24 degrees is the low. And then Friday, you're going to see the sun. Saturday into Sunday, cloudy, but chance of showers. And then Monday, the sun is going to shine. Tuesday next week, we are going to get up to 67 degrees, but the rain is still going to come. That's all I have. Now, let's send it back to the desk.
And thank you, Aurora. The Student Success Equity Project at SUNY Oswego will be receiving $1.9 million from the Department of Education. One feature of the project is to establish peer-to-peer tutoring systems both in and out of the classroom. Another key initiative will include the Office of Financial Aid developing financial literacy programs for students. The program will provide SUNY Oswego with support to incorporate more inclusive courses and promote course completion.
7 new nurses have graduated from the Manor on Seneca Hills Certified Nursing Assistance Program. Taking advantage of the 5-week program, the nurses completed 240 hours of clinical classes and training, gaining their certification, all paid for by the Manor. The Manor is currently recruiting for nurses assistants for the next round of paid on-the-job training.
Governor Kathy Hochul announced today the opening of Champions of Equity, New York Women and the Equal Rights Amendment, an exhibition celebrating Women's History Month. It will include tributes to Bella Abzug, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Crystal Eastman, Florence Kennedy, Gloria Steinem, and Julia C. Suck. You can catch it from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. in the Governor's Reception Room on the New York State Capitol's 2nd floor. It will be open on all weekdays through March 29th. And Washington is on the brink of a shutdown once again. Congress faces the first of 2 government funding deadlines in just 2 days on Friday, March 1st.
The 2 deadlines can make things confusing for households about what government programs might be impacted. Karen K. Pha in Washington.
Congressional leaders racing the clock again.
I think it's pretty safe to say we all agree we need to avoid a government shutdown.
We made it so clear that we can't have the shutdown because it hurts so many people in so many different ways, even for a short period of time.
And households wondering how to prepare. In January, lawmakers passed another short-term government funding deal with 2 new deadlines on March 1st and March 8th. Without a deal, departments impacted by this week's deadline include transportation, housing and urban development, veterans affairs, agriculture, and energy. Operations critical to public safety would continue during a shutdown, so employees like USDA food inspectors and TSA workers and air traffic controllers would stay on the job, but without pay. The Department of Agriculture says recipients of SNAP food stamp benefits and pregnant women and new moms enrolled in the WIC program would receive March payments. VA policy says veteran health care would not be affected and benefits like housing and pensions would continue. But services like career counseling and the transition assistance program for service members moving into civilian life would not be available. Meanwhile, next week's deadline includes the IRS, potentially scaling back the number of IRS employees on the job as tax filing season approaches its peak. In Washington, I'm Karen K. Pha.
Other departments impacted by the second funding deadline on March 8th include education, which could further complicate the messy process around the new FAFSA application because of worker furloughs. Health and Human Services may also be impacted, though Social Security payments would continue.
However, this evening, Congress is voting on stopgap bill that will kick the deadline to pass a full budget for the year further into March. This bill would end the potential for a government shutdown, at least for now. The search for a missing 15-year-old from Hendersonville, Tennessee has stretched into day 3. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers was reported missing on Monday. Local authorities are worried as Rogers has autism and may be intermediate by searchers. Teams have reached up to 200 searchers, canines, helicopters, and drones. As now, there has been no signs of Rogers.
And when WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, the Maker Major Sports Games is laying off even more workers, even after last year's cuts. We'll tell you how it may affect your games.
But first, March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, what Oswego Health wants you to know, and how you can take action now.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that boy. Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on? Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
And welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News.
Let's get right into your health and consumer report.
March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, and Oswego Health wants to support the cause. Colorectal cancers are the most common, the most deadly, and the most preventable cancer in the United States, according to the American Cancer Society. As colorectal cancer cases continue to rise, it is recommended that an individual gets screened regularly, starting at the age of 45. If you would like to know more about a screening, contact a primary physician or the Oswego Health Center for gastroenterology and metabolic diseases.
California, known for being the relaxed West Coast, got a little too relaxed. In Redding, California, 3 people were arrested for the sale of drugs to minors. The local police were tipped off that smoke shops were selling vapes and marijuana to underage customers. It was found to be worse as 3 people were arrested for selling mushrooms, laced chocolate bars to minors. Psilocybin was found in the chocolates. This hallucinogenic is also commonly found in magic mushrooms. EA Sports is in the game. It's kicking some employees out of the game. Many video game companies have had layoffs, and Entertainment Arts, also known as EA, is no different. The company laid off a little over 13,000 workers last year, and this time around 670 jobs will be cut. Due to the cuts, the Star Wars game that was in production along with other titles will be cut.
And coming up in sports tonight, Luke Ratty.
Luke, we're hearing about 2 big awards for the Lakers, for 2 Laker hockey players.
That's right, guys. Stay tuned for the latest sports news. 2 Lakers are etched into history, and Caitlin Clark prepares for the WNBA. All that and more coming up next.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating. I think you're wrong, is what I think. You think I'm wrong a lot of times. I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Back. We've got the latest sports news, so let's get right to it. Today was an important day in SUNYAC history, as Shane Bull and Tristan Francis of the Oswego men's hockey team were honored with impressive accolades. Bull was practically unstoppable this season, scoring 22 goals and adding 20 assists for an impressive 42 points in 26 games, which earned him the honor of Herb Hammond Player of the Year. In addition, Francis's defensive prowess has been unreal this season. The senior was named Defensive Player of the Year and was well-deserving. Impressive careers for both players. The Oswego men's basketball team has been amazing this year, and the coaching staff is getting the respect it deserves. Head coach Jason Leone and crew received the honor of Coaching Staff of the Year for the 23-24 season. This is the third straight season in which this staff has won the award. The crew led the Lakers to the #1 seed after regular conference play. Leone has an overall record of 236-81 during his time as head coach of the Lakers. The NCAA, the NCAA Division III basketball is starting tomorrow, and reporter Lucas Marquez will tell more about it this weekend.
Thank you, Luke. Oswego men's basketball team is facing Babson College at home this Friday at 6 p.m. Lakers will host their game due to a great regular season record, being 25-2 overall. However, their last game was a loss in the SUNYAC championship against SUNY New Paltz. Oswego has a great chance of winning with the skills of Jeremiah Sparks, named Player of the Year for SUNYAC, and Jason Leon leadership. While Babson College has a 15-13 overall record, they earn an automatic bid, winning their conference title. The winner of the game will face the winner of Williams College and DeSales University Saturday evening. Reporting for WTOP-10, I'm Lucas Marquez. Back to you.
Sticking with basketball, Caitlin Clark will join the WNBA. The projected #1 pick in the WNBA draft is ready to join the league in the upcoming season. The Iowa Star announced on her social media earlier today that she will be finishing her college career this year and won't be coming back for a 5th season via the COVID-19 waiver. Clark is now 17 points away from setting the all-time Division I record for points scored between men and women. Jerry Jones might be the father. A Texas judge has upheld a decision requiring Cowboys owner Jerry Jones to take a paternity test as part of a legal dispute with a 27-year-old woman who says the billionaire is her biological father. This case was brought up by Alexandra Davis in 2022, who previously alleged in a separate lawsuit that she was conceived from a relationship Jones had with her mother in the mid-1990s. A verdict that will have serious financial implications for Jerry. Yikes. And moving over to the NHL, the New York Rangers hosting the Columbus Blue Jackets in this tilt, part of a home-and-home game between the two. Second period tied 0-0 the score, and Artemi Panarin from the face-off dot finds the loose puck, goes off 3 players and off a linesman, but he finds it, puts it home for the score, and gives the Rangers a 1-0 lead in this game with an impressive snapshot. Later on, second period, Chris Kreider wouldn't be denied in the offensive zone, takes the puck away, finds Adam Fox, who scores the goal. A power play goal for Adam Fox, his 10th on the year, to give the Rangers a 2-0 lead. Later on, third period, Igor Shesterkin behind the net gives the puck up to the Blue Jackets, and Cole Sillinger would make no mistake, potting in the loose change to get the Blue Jackets back in it. But overall, the New York Rangers would find a way, and they would win this game with a final score of 4-1. Igor Shesterkin would earn his 7th straight win, and the New York Rangers would collect their 40th win of the regular season for best in the league. What a season for the Rangers, and what a game. WTOP-10 Nightly News will be back right after this.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
It's Al Roker.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a closer to that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
On here.
Yeah, we call. Oh.
And welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. Today is a special day, not just here, but all over the world.
It is special as a leap day only happens once every 4 years.
Instead of a normal 365 days, this year we'll have 366 days, today being that extra day.
WTOP-10 spoke to SUNY Oswego physics professor Shashi Kanbar about the importance of a leap day.
We don't want to say a year is 365.25 days. That doesn't seem right. So 365 days is just to keep those two things in sync. That's the...
The astronomical calendar does not quite match up with ours, which is why we have this extra day.
Now go out and thank the stars for the special February 29th. You know, today was an extra day, but it went by pretty quick. What do you guys think?
I was very surprised.
It went by so fast I barely noticed, low-key.
I didn't realize it was like a leap year until today. It's 29th, not March 1st. But.
Right. Yeah, it was a good day though. Weather was okay.
Yeah, after yesterday, that whole thing, oh my goodness, the power outages, we definitely had the sun shining a lot better, but still kind of windy.
Pretty much anything was better than last night.
Yeah, we need the extra day to recover. And it was pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching.
And that's our report for tonight.
Thank you for watching.